Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Flipping Furniture. My name is Monica and I am the founder and creator of Jersey Vintage. Now let's go ahead and address this whole angle that we have going on here. As you guys know, I live full-time in New York and my husband and I, we have an apartment here in Virginia. So every time I come to Virginia, I plan on coming here and resting and really not working much, and here I am today filming the intro for this video. With that being said, please excuse the angle. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the numbers behind flipping furniture, how much money I pay for a piece, how much money I'm willing to put into a piece, and how much money I end up getting after selling it. So if you guys are interested in watching this video, go ahead and grab your snack and let's get started. The first project I'm going to talk about is this 1940s dresser that I got at my local auction. This is an online auction, so you don't get to see the items in person until you pick them up. There are pictures for the items, but that's all you get. So with that in mind, I gave myself a gigantic $5 budget. But I knew from the description that the top was solid, so that was perfect for refinishing purposes. In materials, I ended up spending money for new drawer pulls, primer, paint, and top coat, bringing this total to $22 just in materials. Now, for the purpose of this video, in all the projects that I'm going to be talking about today, I will not be adding the full price for paint, primer, or top coat because I buy it in large quantities and I use them for multiple projects. So I'll just be adding a small part. At this point, for this specific project, I am $27 in total investment, and I ended up posting this piece on Facebook Marketplace for $200. And I want to say within the week, I had a couple contact me. They wanted this piece for their little boy. My client was pregnant and they were expecting a little boy, so they were going to put this in the nursery, which I thought was very sweet. So again, let's go ahead and run through the numbers for flip number 1. The initial cost was $5. I ended up spending $22 in materials. My total investment was $27. I sold this piece for $200 on Facebook Marketplace, giving me a profit of $173. Alright, so flip number 2 was the serpentine dresser that my mom had in her bedroom. I got it for her back in 2017 at the same auction house. I believe we paid $20 for it, and for this flip, I will be using the full price for paint because I ended up using all of it. I also purchased a stencil from Michael's and a set of new hardware pulls from Home Goods. Now, this was my first time using melange paints and I absolutely love them. They have my favorite paint palette within the furniture paint industry, and I do want to continue using them in future projects, but right now my budget is super tight. You guys can see it yourselves, my channel still is very, very small, and so I am not making any money off of making this, my videos. So until I get a little bigger and I start making a little more money, then I can definitely bring more products and more paints to review with you guys. Alright, so let's go over the numbers for flip number 2. Initial cost, as I mentioned, was $20. Materials, including paint and the stencil and the new hardware pulls, was a total of $50. My total investment was $70, and I was able to sell this on Facebook Marketplace for $300, and that gave me a total profit of $230, which I think it's pretty good for this flip. On to flip number 3. I got this beautiful bench off of Facebook Marketplace for $20. I usually don't pay that much for a bench, except this one had rattan, and rattan is pretty hot right now, and it was in great condition. So I went ahead and paid the $20. This ended up being such a quick flip. I think I started in the morning and I was done probably the next day around noon. Only because you have to allow for the paint to dry and the poly to dry. But this was such a fast, quick flip. I ended up posting this bench on Facebook Marketplace, and it sat for about 2 days before I had a serious inquiry, because you have to be careful when you're posting on Facebook Marketplace. People will try to give you, I had someone offer me $10 for it. So you just have to be careful, and you have to be patient and wait for the right buyer. Okay, so here are the numbers for flip number 3. Initial cost again was $20. Materials were $15. I only used half of my jar of paint, so I'm only going to include half. My total investment, $35. I sold this for $180 and my profit was $145. Okay, so flip number 4 was this contemporary entrance table with a tray top. Also another quick flip. I used Dixie Belle paint for this flip, spray paint for the hardware, and I had to buy a long screw to reattach a wobbly leg. After I was done with it, I posted it on Facebook Marketplace in June, and it stayed there for about 3 weeks because, as you guys know, June is a very slow month for selling furniture. If you guys are interested in watching any of the full tutorials for the flips I'm showing you right now, I'm going to leave them linked down below so you can go watch them once you're done watching this video. Also, full disclosure, please be aware that my market here in New York is completely different than a market in the Midwest. So don't take my numbers and try to apply them to your area. Do your research and see what sells and how much it sells for before you post your stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, so let's take a look at the numbers for flip number 4. Initial cost was $15. Materials were $20. My total investment was $35. I sold this piece for $160 and I made a profit of $125. I usually can get about $180 to $190 for a piece like this in my area. But again, I sold this in June, and June is a very slow month, and I just didn't want to continue having this table in my house for, more than 3 weeks. So I ended up selling it. So flip number 5 is going to be this bent wood rocking chair that I got off of Facebook Marketplace for $20. While scuff sanding this chair, I realized that it had some pretty deep gouges, so to fix this, I ended up using some Bundo. I will be adding a couple dollars worth of Bundo to my materials expenses, and I used about 6 ounces of black paint from Dixie Belle. This chair was the first piece that I was able to sell in my booth at the Newburgh Vintage Emporium in Newburgh, New York. If you guys are from the lower New York area, you should check them out. They have 2 locations, and my space is located at the warehouse location. They've been featured in HGTV a few times, and it's just such a good time, and the vendors are amazing collectors. So if you guys are in the area, don't forget to come visit. For flip number 5, the initial cost was $20. Materials were $17. Total investment at this point is $37. I sold this chair for $190, so my profit ended up being $153. Now for the 6th and final flip, I picked up this mid-century modern cedar chest from Facebook Marketplace for $20. I used Lily Moon paint for this flip for the first time, and I bought new decorative knobs for the bottom part. This piece also went to my booth at the Vintage Emporium. Now, in order to keep this video under 15 minutes, I will only do 6 flips at a time. Please let me know in the comment section below if you want me to periodically do a video in which we talk about the numbers behind each flip. After getting my booth at the Vintage Emporium, I realized that I was gonna have to up my prices a little bit more to make up for the new expense, which is rent. To be honest with you, it doesn't bother me because not only are the products a great quality, but I'm also providing a pleasant experience for my buyers when they visit the shop. I also have to remain competitive with the other vendors, so these are all the things that I am factoring in when I'm deciding my prices. And again, just a reminder, if you guys want to see any full videos of any of the 6 pieces I just showed you, you can just look for them down below. I'm going to leave links for all 6 videos. So for flip number 6, I ended up spending $20. That was the initial cost. Materials was about $26. My total investment at this point was $46, and I sold this piece for $240, giving me a profit of $194. To make it clear, my painted pieces are the highlight of my booth, but it's not everything I sell. These are some items that I also sell in my shop. I always wanted to be a vendor at this specific location, so I have to stack up my shop with small merchandise that I get from other places, such as thrift shops, auctions, and Facebook Marketplace. I really enjoy doing this, but if I wasn't able to be a vendor at this specific location, I would just continue listing on Facebook Marketplace. If you guys have any questions or suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you are inspired to get out there and start flipping some furniture. I will see you guys next week for another furniture flip. Bye bye!